Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, that's pretty good. Now again, we're just roughing off a bunch of the metal here just to kind of get it down to what we want. Okay, so we've got ourselves dichromed in. Now we need to find out what this is all going to look like. And again, all of this is pretty random. It can be a little thicker, a little thinner. The angle can be a little different. So it's not a big deal. But center is probably a pretty good sized deal. So we're gonna see if we can find center. First thing off, let's see where our hole is. So we've got 224, and on this side we've got 191. So I think we can just eyeball center. Again, none of the measurements count except the holes, the 3 holes. Everything else is pretty loose. So let's just see what eyeball is going to look like. I'd say that looks pretty good. Okay, well, this is a real Frankenstein of a setup. I've got both vices here. I've got it clamped on both ends of the vices, and then I've got the vices rotated, 10 degrees or 5 degrees or whatever the degrees is, in order to accommodate that line that we've got going down there. But it works, and, well, I don't know if it works yet, but I'm assuming it's going to work. We're going to pull you in a little closer and go for it. Okay, so far so good. All right, well, I'm going from point to point, and I'm adjusting all of the vices to get that line. And you can see we're, probably almost a 1/4 inch out. Just rotate the vices a little bit. bring this back to the line. And then take it on back over to this other end and see that we're a good 1/8 out, which is closer. Okay, rotate. See what that looks like. Come back to about there. And again, all of these angles are fairly random. We're getting close. A little bit more. Somewhere in there. A little bit more. Now we're into the fine tuning. Get right on that line. See what we end up with. No, we're still off. Not by much though. Maybe we're okay. I'm thinking we're good. So then we want to come down to about there, and we're going to reposition you because I can't get around. So now that we've got our line, we're going to go in and retighten all of our bolts. Make sure that our vices are nice and secure. And one more over here. And we're ready to start cutting, I believe. Looks pretty good. So, we're gonna snug that down. We're gonna back up. We're gonna come into the middle of this. Drop our bit down. Let's see what we got. let's see what that looks like. Pretty good, as far as I can tell. So now what I want to do is I want to trim this part down a little bit, and this is going to be pretty much parallel. So let's get this parallel. And one way to do that is to bring our bit over to here and to this level, or this position right here. Drop it down. That's pretty good. Bring it back to this little corner right here, and then we'll know how far off we are. About a mile. Not too bad. Okay, so let's bring this over to what we want here. That's good. Take it back. We're still tight. This is pretty consistent, actually. So we're going to come in and cut this backside out just a little bit more. All right, that's better. Now this is all eyeball stuff, so we're not freaking out here. All right, so now what we want to do is, I think what we want to do is get this back side done. Yeah, and it's going to be pretty much the same angle. Okay, next thing we gotta do is come in and cut these tangs here, and you can see that it's pretty wide right there, so it won't be too difficult to cut those in. So I've loosened both vices, maybe, and slide this baby all the way over. Yep, like that. Tighten the vices back up, and we're basically just going to run it across on both sides. But first, yeah, I think we better square this thing up. It's going to take time, but it'll be worth it in the end. Oh. There's catching that point right there. Can you see that? Barely, but it is there. Now we're going to come across to the other point and see how far out we are. Oh, 1/4 inch, that's not too bad.
So it's okay to...
Okay, loosen everything up.
Yeah, the only thing is the problem now is like, so when you turn it on and there's resistance and stuff, and it's rolling in it, I'll show you what the problem is. Screen because before this sleeve, I put the sleeve a little small, so it just says bearing after that. Before the bearing set out kind of closer to that, that's the old sleeve.
Whoa,
But now there's a
it arched. So we've got to loosen things up a bit more. There we go. Okay, a little bit more.
We may have to take it off and put it on to look kind of right, but I'd say maybe start with like three washers like this big.
That looks pretty good. Let's come back to the beginning.
It's going to be in this box.
And a little bit more. There we go. All right, well that was easy. Tighten everything back up again.
They were sitting on the table together.
All right, now we're somewhat parallel. Okay, we got that. Now we need to come in And we can see how high this is. And this is pretty much equal with this level right there. So we're going to just come in and take off that whole top section. All right, I think that's close enough. That's got pretty much what we need. So, now comes the groove in the center. Let me go get a bit that's gonna cover that, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, let's make the slot, and we're first gonna go in with a smaller drill and just drill it out so that the mill bit doesn't, have to work a lot. Okay, let's see what we've got. Kick it into gear. Okay, we got that clevis done. Now we're going to come in and take just a little bit more material off of the bottom of this, and we should be at least set for this part.
Oh, you got one in there?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it down to kind of the size. Now we got a couple of more things to do, and this is going to take the rotary table to do it. One is we're going to come in and round that up a little bit, and the reality of it is that maybe we can just do it by hand. It's not that big a deal. We'll consider that. And then we have to come in and round this, and I believe this needs to be rounded on the rotary table. Then of course cut everything off and finish and polish it, so on and so forth. Okay, so far we've got a pretty good deal.